Morning, everyone, and welcome to our Heavenly Parent Holy Community Oceania Hoon Dok Hae. Today is Anshil, and we're together with Reverend Kenichi, and it's Monday, the 28th of March, or the 26th of February, in the 10th year of Chongyilkuk. So let's begin by offering a bow to our Heavenly Parent and true parents. Kyumbe. Haro. And let's recite our family pledge, both in Korean and English. Thank you.
가족멘세 2. 전일국 주인 우리 가정은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 춘신, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 선자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Family pledge number 2. Our family, the owner of Chongyilkuk, pledges to represent and become central to heaven and earth by attending the Heavenly Parent and True Parents. We pledge to perfect the dutiful family way of filial sons and daughters in our family, patriots in our nation, saints in the world, and divine sons and daughters in heaven and on earth by centering on true love. I'd like to ask Iris if she could offer the opening prayer, please.
Join me in my prayer. Our dear Heavenly Parent and true parents, we'd like to thank you for another day of our life. We gathered here as one family in our morning Hoon Dok Hae. We would like to invite your divine presence to be with us as we learn together your words and the testimony of our Reverend Ito. Heavenly Parent, how blessed we are that every day we can wake up and live again together with our two parents. We pray that through our morning devotion, we can deepen more the relationship towards our two parents, towards our brothers and sisters here, and through the testimony today, we can understand our Reverend Ito and Heavenly Parent. There are many things happening around the world, and without doubt, our true mother, who is leading the providence, is always in an easy and uncomfortable situation, thinking about what is happening now. Heavenly Parent, we would like to be one in heart with our true mother, and we would like to do something that could comfort your heart somehow, Heavenly Parent. And even though we are so inadequate, we pray, Heavenly Parents, that we can stand, and for you, we gain strength from everyday morning devotion and continue on this journey with our true mother. Let us have a wonderful day today, and we'd like to offer this prayer in the name of all the blessed family here, and in our name, Palamin Iris, Blessed Central Family, Jude.
Jude. Thank you, and let's offer a warm welcome to Reverend Ito as he shares this morning with us. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody, all brothers, sisters around Oceania and the readers. This morning, we so appreciate the participate together with you. by supervised with Reverend Yutaka Yamada. And actually, Reverend, our president in the Holy is actually in Oceania and Asian Pacific in the Philippines, and overlooking our activities, presence. So we so appreciate in this moment. And through Mother's calling is very approach for the Chong Cook Leaders Assembly. In this moment, I very humbly offer my small experience. When I asked Reverend Yutaka, what can I do for this morning? And he said, mention about something witness. So my small experience about how to success of witnessing during a difficult time. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you okay.
Okay, thank you so much. So my experience in Africa, the beginning and the end, and Oceania, I'm still working, and no result yet, not final one, but Africa already over. So I can tell that my analyzation. So my title is how overcome difficulty of the witnessing in case of Africa mission. So like a case study to how to success our mission for the witnessing during difficult time. Every part, when we go there as a missionary, the mission, we're not welcome, as the beginning. Our 1975 missionary also saying, we went to the dispatch to the West Africa, and all the surrounding nation at the time, Cassie Riguni, he is Chong Yi-won in Africa. Cassie Riguni, very, is the same moment she arrived to the Benin, Benin country, and she was kicked out. Yeah, Benin and Togo and all surrounding nation was kicked out. I don't know what the reason, Maybe, I don't know, the inspiration of the established churches or something. So they connecting each other neighborhood. So my country, my mission country, Burkina Faso, also the same to the face to be kicked out from the nation when we arrived there. But fortunately, we have a good contact. The German sister, the name is Catherine Bumbus. Catherine Plan, after she married, she come from German, and her father is Hitler's soldier, the attack to the Moscow, the soldier. And her mother was when German occupied France, this is a Parisian, the mother is Parisian. And so French, she speak French, she German, and my mission country, Burkina Faso, was a French-speaking country. So she translate. Also, American missionary was Charles Cummins from the California. He was really a very typical hippie person guy and American. And also he has a lot of talent. He's a Jew, And I born in Japan. I don't know so much other countries, but we live together, the same room, I have a chance to watch how Jews, thinking, how Jew eat, how Jew sleep, how Jew activities, and American and also German, very closely, suddenly faced to such difficulties, and also African. For the first time, I went Africa, meet African people as a beginning in the evening, in darkness. Looks like nobody there, but they're there in Africans. I know. At the beginning, I'm very wow. But at the end, I know now. If even I see the face, I can say, which part of Africa it come from. Different between Burkina Faso and Mali and Niger and also Eastern African, and the Central African, and the South African. The face is different, yeah. But as a beginner, I don't understand anything at the moment. At the time, so difficulties, you know, so our case, because of our German sister, know one is a director of cabinet, yeah. Because of she know the director of cabinet and good relationship, minimum we are not kicked out, but we are prohibited activities. So we make underground activities. We cannot say we are missionary, unification church. So American Charles and the German Catherine, you know, they started business. American, now he is a businessman, you know, business talented. So okay, he started to open up restaurant, you know, he speak about, so every eat is something, you know, he made the different dishes, you know. So our eating place is like a checking, you know, dishes, different dishes. Oh, this is a German moussaka or something, you know, different the dishes, you know. And I become, you know, journalist, you know, Sekai Nippo journalist. Before we dispatched the missionary, we received training, all missionary receiving training as a journalist. And so I'm Sekai Nippo journalist. So in this case, you know, I become a journalist. I have a chance to visit the VIPs. Then I met former president, founding president. The name is the Maurice Yamergo. At the time, West Africa was independent, 1960, just like a true mother, true parents started. Same age, 1960, almost African country make independent. So same time, true mother, true parents, you know, started. So 1960, founding president, you know, West Africa founding president, you know, if there's a Christian, was mostly educated in Catholic seminary. You know, it's a French Catholic seminary, especially, you know, true mother visited Gore Island and outside of Senegal. Gore Island is a place where shifting slavery. At the same time, this is the most important seminary for educate future leader. So many founding African, West African president was educated in Gore Island. Yeah. And Senegal founding president, Leopold Senghor, you know, and the West African, Ivory Coast former founding president, Houphouët-Boigny, and Burkina Faso president, Maurice Yamergo, also educated there. He's a very smart guy and educated in the French. Because in the French colony, you know, even colonial, they make minister in France. So Houphouët-Boigny and Leopold Senghor, these two, you know, Senegal and Ivorian founding president is the same time and the minister in French government. Yeah. So they are really, you know, the prominent, and Ivorian Houphouët-Boigny is make, you know, successful development in the Ivory Coast, very economic, like France in Africa, like you know, very. And Leopold Senghor he's a poet, you know, and a member of French Academy. She's a famous poet, Leopold Senghor. You know, in such a, you know, very interesting situation. And also in Ghana, the south part is Ghana is very, you know, from Japanese, you know, who find out yellow fever, you know, epidemic, you know, and they received Nobel Prize. Yeah, was also died there. And anyway, such a situation. But main point is, you know, how we survive and witness. Father said in 3 years, we must get member. So undergrad activity, I met Leopold, I met Houphouët-Boigny. He make us campaign of the presidential election. I visited his town, his home, and I talked with him. The same time, and also I met Cardinal, you know, and there's a 12 cardinal in Africa. So one of 12 cardinal in Burkina Faso, the name is, I forgot. Anyway, cardinal there. So I met cardinal and make interview. Yeah, this is a Moshi, typical Moshi tribe, you know, and he's very humble man. And I make interview and some article I wrote. Anyway, in such a way, we prepare, but I visited university, you know, University National. The name is Ouagadougou, University of Ouagadougou. Ouagadougou is a capital city. It's a very strange name, Ouagadougou, in the most modern language. Ouagadougou University. In French colony, has each country only one university. But British colony countries like Ghana, Nigeria, Liberia, you know, they have each state has their own university, the British way. But the French way is only one university. Yeah, all countries. They doesn't want everybody become intelligent. Only few selected person must be intelligent, and some must be ignorant. If Africa become very smart, you know, they make more independent, separate from France. They try to make under France. And also the city, also the name is also there is a Pompidou Street and the Charles de Gaulle Street. And outside the forest, and the name is Bois de Boulogne, like a Boulogne forest, like a same as France, Paris, you know, same name on the street, Avenue Charles de Gaulle, like this. Yeah, just like a, you know, this is, I think, dream of French, you know, French dream, you know, just like a make France in Africa. One of our members also born in Africa. You know, the Jacques Marion, you know, actually he's the continental director in Europe. You know, Jacques Marion born in Africa. He told me. Yeah. He was maybe parents was one of the, you know, official in the by French government or French says, you know. Anyway, colony, the same time Catholic mission go there, same time slavery. So slave colony and you know, Catholic mission together. Yeah, this is a very, you know, strange way of thinking. Anyway, I just come from Japan. I don't understand anything, that even language, you know. My French, I cannot speak French. You know, I'm an English teacher in Japan, but anyway, this time, and I met Charles and Catherine, and together, at the beginning, I cannot understand. I speak English, but Charles said he didn't understand what I said. I'm English teacher in Japan. Why you didn't understand? He said, yes, I don't understand. So this is my base shocking, and I start from zero, but I am not so humble to learn from him, you know. And I'm a Japanese mother country. I must teach them first son country. Yeah, that kind of way of, you know, mindset. But hey, Charles, hey, he put his leg on the table and he calling me, hey, Kenichi, come, hey. Oh, I never saw my father, mother only called Kenichi first name. You know, Ito-ke, Ito-san, something like that. But he never said, oh, Kenichi. Oh, what? You know, everything shocked. Everything, and from 1 to 10, everything shocked in different way of thinking. And he also very strange to watch Japanese on eating time. Japanese say nothing, just eat, you know. The American always need the joke, hey, laughing, hey, oh, 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 like this. But I eating. But my mind is same, like looks like a harmonized. But if I don't say anything, I make strange. This guy is thinking some strange thing. Suddenly very angry. So thing happening, you know. And basically German and American, of course, World War II enemy, but the same like Christian culture, Western culture, they relatively harmonize. And especially Catherine speak French. So Charles always using Catherine to go out together. Hey, Kenichi, I go out. Where? and mostly Japanese study, that was first everybody, well, West Africa from the CAP, CAP graduate, they are student, So we try to study with dictionary and book of English and French, learn, oh, you did nothing, just study every day, They're easy for American study French, very easy, for only grammar and almost same. But Japanese need to too much study. What he said, dictionary, something every time. So all country, mission country, something like this. So 1 to 2, 2, German, American 2, and Japanese 1. And there's no telephone, no internet. Telephone is very expensive. I can't call Japan, and especially my wife is he doesn't like so much. If I write letter to my wife, answer come 3 months later. So, nobody, I consult, no leader, just beside, only spiritual. So I must pray, and reading Father's speech, and nothing, the American guy, I cannot say anything, I cannot express. So very, some countries very nervous. Yeah. So some Japanese, the living, the separate apartment, those country is not successful. I'm sorry to say. Yeah. So witness, first point of success is 3 missionaries must be united together anyway, even you don't like, you like, you don't like, must be together. Anyway, we live in same apartment, and he moved. Charles has some business sense, we changed the house 3 times. And the 3rd time we moved to American Cultural Center. This is a good location. American Cultural Center, center of the city. Downstairs is American Cultural Center, and upstairs is our apartment. And face to that street was the Soviet Cultural Center. At the time, in the Cold War era, there's a Soviet and also the Chinese, and were there. So before we dispatch to all around the world, there is a certain countries communist and or something relatively, more leftist. We receive certain training in Japan, especially for Minister of Foreign Affairs, secret agent of Japanese came to our training center, and he educated us about intelligence. Like he was the former spy to North Korea. The name, he mentioned about, okay, your country is relatively danger. Your country has a color, red color, something color, different category. And he make education, and he showed me, oh, this is like a pen, but in reality, this is the camera, something like this, and he show how understand when you are absent, when you go out, how somebody try to open your door, someone using our hair put on the door or something. And when you're sitting on the cafe or a restaurant, you should sit face to entrance. Otherwise, never showed you're behind. And also, if you follow somebody, you find somebody follow you, you go to the, like a supermarket, many people there, yeah. Otherwise, they will follow you, something. Those kind of an education we receive. And through Father said, you are the, heavenly, secret agent. Yeah, heavenly secret agent. Yes, heavenly secret agent. And really, also secret agent. There's a North Korean and the Chinese and the Russian and the KGB there. Also, there's American, American CIA must be there. Yeah. So there, we must know, what kind of activities. Anyway, 21 months, we have a lot of difficulties, but finally, after many struggle with American and German, German is relatively quiet because he's very young, only 18, 19 years old, only less than 1 year in the church, only 6 months, already sent as a missionary, and 18 years old, 19 years old, the girl there, and Americans are 21 years old. I'm a blessed couple, but 26, 27 years old. Anyway, and it's those young guys there living together. And so it's not easy to unite. However, I'm an elder. I should, something must be have responsibility. But I try to understand there. Anyway, many struggling, and it's 3 to 5 years, and we have a struggling, until every corner, every incident of difference, we make something. Finally, we make. Some Japanese not express, some run away. But in my case, I said to him, what do you say? It's not correct. I said, so he also told me something, shout. Yeah, by this, I understand step by step how to speak English, how to speak, efficient English. Because Japanese English is very plain, don't understand what you say, but without stress, without something shout, American something doesn't understand. So naturally, my English become like this. After 3 years, something 4 years. Sorry to say. Okay, anyway, now we can. So how to success witness in difficulties? First, I show you the picture. This is you see, the tree. You know the name of this tree? Baobab. Yes, baobab. Yeah, famous. The famous story of Petit Prince. Baobab tree. Petit Prince in the Senegal. Petit Prince of Saint-Exupéry, French writer. Yeah, this is baobab tree. Baobab tree is a very typical symbol of West Africa. This is the object of faith. They pray for this, and also they also some medicine, and also some by this some you can something make some soup sauce. Yeah, very typical rich. And this is just my son, first son with Catherine missionary, German missionary, and this is a member. Yeah, she's a very clever African lady. And this is when father came, 1995. After 21 years, father came, and father make a speech to African by hitting their head. This Ivorian brother, he work in Korean embassy, he speak Korean and translate father. Yeah, father made a calligraph at the time. This is beginning of church. You see, this is a second generation kids. My first son, second son. Yeah, this is the first daughter, and this is the third son. And this is a member of the 6,000 couple, first son. Actually, he is a national leader. This boy. This boy is daughter of Japanese sister. Yeah. This is my wife. This is the beginning of mission. This is my first member, married with Brazilian. She come from Brazil. Yeah, Brazil. Yeah, the name Linda come to the Burkina Faso. Actually, her husband is Diaro Boubacar. He is director of IAPD, Brazil. He's a director of IAPD. He is a pioneer in Guyana side, This is Catherine. She married the French And after she moved to the Central African Republic and national leader at the time, and she's now living in France. This is a Japanese sister married with Ivorian and Marshall at Burkina Faso. This is my first son. Anyway. And this is now eating out way of eating like this. Yeah. Humble table and like this eating. This is when the National Messiah Providence came. This is National Messiah, Korean National Messiah and American National Messiah there. And this is a Japanese missionary. I'm still there, and I am a National Messiah at Marshall Island, but still I was at the time regional president, so I was there, still there, regional president. And this is the event, joint event. And also here is also the after Sunday service, the member gathering. Of course, we speak French, French speaking, my broken French, but the member understand and correct. And my wife here, while I am a mission in Russia, my wife made the Women's Federation inaugural speech through mother's speech. She lead by French to all 30 states. She made great job. While I am here, my wife looks like behind me. But when I out, she suddenly become like a tiger, and she dominate and guiding all the church. And when I come back, member increased amazingly. I very appreciate. She did a lot of fundraising. Yeah, behind me, she made all the kind of fundraising, and Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, and also Ivory Coast, Togo, Benin, and Nigeria. And after coming to Oceania, she did fundraising in Australia, and also the Hawaii, also California. Everywhere she did fundraising. Amazing. And first she did fundraising together with Kashi Riguni in Nigeria to support the financial support for 6,000 couple blessing. We have around 10 candidates sent to the Korea. Yeah, so this money that my wife and all the sisters missionaries made fundraising, produce. So 6,000 couple blessing coming. And finally, this is recently, this is the Chombo couple. Chombo, the Burkina Faso around, I think 10, 11, Chombo couple. And my spiritual descendant also there. Anyway, so what, during my mission overseas, we have faced difficulties. How overcome during difficult circumstances. So at the beginning of our mission, we have faced the kick out, Also, those who went to Latin America, the women, like I think Family Federation missionary went to Latin America, all kicked out, difficulties, because they speak same thing, So my advice, my experience is, when you go to new mission country, you shouldn't declare yourself. I am a unification child. Don't say. I am a missionary, so. But you go there very smoothly, underground, just like a tourist. Those who, somebody very exciting go there, immediately make street witnessing, teaching, and the police come and immediately in jail and kicked out. Those missionary also very exciting missionary, but don't do like this. We are very quietly enter and make human connection. First, make bridge. Yeah. So this is the underground way, kicked out of the mission country, underground way. So Cassie Rigoni was kicked out from the Benin. She moved to Ivory Coast. Yeah. So she stayed and she became a leader. And the also African, Chong Yen Won, Kamara, Bakari, and who was Tasmania, Kamani Bakari, he was a Marian. He witnessed in Niger. He was I think construction company engineer. So American missionary witnessed him, but Niger was a police state, the very strict nation, police state, yeah, and Islamic, very difficult. So he moved to the Ivory Coast, passing through my mission country, Burkina Faso. And later, Kamala told me that you who teach me divine principle for the first time. Oh, really? I forgot. When Kamala passed Burkina Faso, he stayed a couple of days, and maybe I taught him maybe divine part of the divine principle. My French is not so great, but anyway. So even difficulties, like I'm like a journalist and American and German as like a businessman, make a fundraising. She made pizza, and door to door. Also even ice cream. Finally, he made ham. Made smoked ham. Very talented. Later, when my wife came, he opened up and photo studio, Photo New York. So my money supporting him. So he's very happy in such a way, and step by step unification with him in coming. Yeah. And we are longest missionary, 3 missionaries together, almost nearly 9 years we together. So point to have some certain development, is something, difficulty came, First, every type coup d'etat happened. And the 1960 to 1970, 82 was Sangre Ramizana, who is after first president was out of some difficulties of his program, personal program. Now, the Islamic and military general took over the power. Yeah, Sangre Ramizana. And very interesting is when I asked him, Sangre Ramizana, he attended in the French War. She was sent to like Vietnam and Cambodia, those places, the war fight against the communist country as a French soldier. So French use African as a French soldier. He fight with those communist countries. And he said, General Sangre Ramizana, President Ramizana said, while in the war field, it's a place where he met God, he said. Oh, really? Anyway, after then, another coup d'etat happened, and one general become a president. He is really looks like we know him, and this is we say here I put here every type coup d'etat 1982. Every type coup d'etat happened, and everybody very special religious people is very happy because president was Islamic. Now become he is Islam but more open to the Christian also. So we are very happy with him. And even my son, we visited him, he embraced my son, in his knee. But in 2 years, very Cain type coup d'etat happened, 1984. What kind of coup d'etat? Yes, communist youth army group made coup d'etat. When it happened? Like, and in Japan, there is a, Niniroku jiken, like the leftist young officer made coup d'etat. Anyway, they didn't kill former president, but they arrest and change the system of the country. Finally, they made even name change. At the beginning, name is Upper Volta. They said this is an imperialist French gave this name. So we make our own name and name change to Burkina Faso. in the two name. One is the name of More and other two race together. People of integrity. Yeah. So Burkina Faso name change and flag change. Yeah, he tried to quit from the. He said imperialist French imperialist, like something like this. And immediately the new president, the name is Thomas Sankara. He is a very active. He originally tried to be Catholic priest, but Catholic priest never answer question to him. So he completely disguised and changed to anti-Christian, become a leftist. So after he became president, he visited Castro and visited the Soviet Union, visited North Korea, Kim Il-sung. He made pilgrimage over the communist leader and came back. Such, he has originally Catholic priest, but turned to the communist priest like this. And he made change. Okay, always salary, man has a dominating salary. So change to woman also, half like this. But that moment, very difficult moment. Yeah, at that time, but amazingly, God prepared. This Thomas Sankara was visited our church before, so he was a kind of member. Even in his speech, he using divine principle passage in his speech. But there's another coup d'etat happened to change the direction. His general, army chief, made coup d'etat and killed him, and he became a president. That president, when father went, the father met that president. The name is Blaise Compaoré. That president changed direction to the middle side and kind of a dictator, but he really do well. And First Lady attend our seminar, our conference, summit conference. And when father came, father invited him. Yeah, this is and sorry, almost time. So consider main point of victory of witness, like I said, unity among missionaries. This is the most important because before, witnesses myself is difficult. And finally, Charles, he make guitar, and Catherine, after, she doesn't understand so much divine principle. So I taught her 40 days special condition to teach her divine principle. After that, she's very interesting divine principle and witnessing. They cooperate together. So after then, witness very increase result. And a series of weekends divine principle workshop and regular 40-day leadership. Also most important helpful is World Mission Department. Since 1979, Reverend Clark became a director of World Mission Department. They started 40 days leadership seminar in New York. So we send one by one potential candidate to New York. After 40 days workshop in New York, came back, they become like a special elite in a sense, become a very stable leader. So I sent one by one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, until 5 we sent. Yeah, so become very stable. So this World Mission Department organized 40-day workshop is very helpful. And founding member, leader established. And then after come back, we make a 40-day pioneer mission to main, 5 cities. And myself, during this time, I visited then, yeah. So this make, founding and establish holy ground and main city same time. And 90 growing period, growing period is not among missionary. Now, unity among core leader, how to unite with core leader. This is most important. So regular weekend workshop, and we start 7-day workshop and until 21 days workshop, especially after coup d'etat happened, leftist coup d'etat, very dangerous moment. At some moment, the important point is, we are not influenced by those leftist religious environment, but I make more seminar, 21 days, 21 days workshop to member more strengthen their faith. Then after that, I shift them to the all 30 state as a pioneer mission. And after send pioneer mission, myself as an IW visited them one by one, at the beginning by motorcycle. When I by car, Luno, I visited them. Yeah. And also to support them, financial foundation is necessary, So we have an MFT team to, important is, cash regularly open up, go to Italy. Italy is a very kind country. So we send a very faithful member. Unstable member, if we go sending, they disappear because European is very attractive, So we send Italy fundraising team. And then each month, each 2 months, I visited them, make a special seminar in Varese, behind the, Italian, the training center there, behind what's it? Second city of Italy. Made. And also we have a business, hamburger house, restaurant, and inherit from Charles, pizza, and we adding a name, Vietnam name, door to door. Also ginseng shop, and also continue a photo studio after the move to Ivory Coast. Ginseng shop, we have a ginseng shop, and ginseng. Every time when we go to the Korea, we buy ginseng, coming ginseng and bring for the business. And also later we buy ginseng in Belgium. Philip, I think he passed away. Philip, national leader. I bought from him, and ginseng is more cheaper than Korea. I got Belgium ginseng, like this. So every time when I went to New York, every time I went to Canal Street, like a Chinatown, and what I bought, because African love, slim tea. I buy slim tea, and also hemorrhoid, anti-hemorrhoid tea. African doesn't eat so much vegetable, so need hemorrhoid tea is very helpful. And also we have blessing event, 6,000 couple, 10, and 1,610 couple. We have 3, 4, 7 couple, and 30,000 couple. Around the 30 member we sent to Korea. A lot of money, but we did fundraising, many, and we could successfully done until 30,000 couple blessing. Yeah, just make strong foundation. And there's a national blessing event, 1995. When father came and end. The moment when father come, always I have a lot of difficult, almost death. I have a problem of how to say not many times malaria, paludism, but I have a let's say I forgot epidemic, like I forgot. And Marshall Island, when father come to Marshall Island, before father come, I become a dengue fever, And in Africa, I have not cholera, and like this. And we have a CAP activities, we have a university CAP activities. I attend in the London activity, and PWPA. This is a very amazing PWPA. Professor World Peace Academy. At the time, Gordon Anderson was the director. We make many conferences in Africa, and the professor, almost head of the department, is member, head of the department, professor. Yeah, he's educated in France mostly, and we discussed about what's the problematic of the educational program of West Africa. some sub-Sahara like this. Desertification. Sahara is deserting. So environment issues and also moral issues, education issues, etc. Very efficient. Final year, we make a signature campaign, to make a membership. And at the time, our 5 members was arrested and jailed because of, some strange signature. I leftist government, But amazingly, they know father's case in Danbury. What they did, member is a prayer and a holy song and Hoon Dok Hae and even witness like this. Amazing activity, faithful activities in the prison, and they came out. And PWPA, my wife became Women's Federation for World Peace, made a speech tour while I was a mission in Russia. Yeah. And before father came, we had 1,000 day spiritual condition, special chanson, prayer condition for welcome father. Yeah. Anyway, almost end. Sorry to say, no need to speak father's speech. My experience, what I can say is really God always prepare. God is behind scene and always help us prepared person, and we make activities. And in the case, also divine principle, the main issue, teaching and member increase. And always, I appreciate Japanese church always send family, Japanese church material. I always translate this to French and made using this for the Sunday service. So members are very increasing, very happy because the Japanese church is very respect father's speech. So Japanese church material is most amazing material to teach. So our member in Africa, Burkina Faso, educated by indirectly by Japanese church. That's why they really understand deeply. They're very deep member and very faithful, deep member until today. Yeah, this is really not so. Burkina Faso people is not so external, but more internal, and they are more, kind and faithful. And yeah, even also war happened, and at the time also now the war happened, and membership also go to the attending war with Mali, and at the moment the difficulties. So some general was shot by some the coup d'etat. My wife also faced the difficulties with fundraising time and with military group and with a gun together. But fortunately, everything was prepared by God, and always God prepare any circumstances. God is all like a Moses, grown up in enemy countries, and in the Pharaoh's palace. Same when even communist countries, communist regime were protected because president was a former kind of a little bit member, amazingly like this. So I am very appreciate for you this morning and to share my humble experience. And now we saw those members growing in Africa. We planted them, and I, after then, even close to 50 years old, I become another mission as a national messiah to Marshall Island, almost pioneer. Nobody, the first pioneer, very tough. And after become 50 years old and come to new mission, usually national messiah is the senior advisor, but no member, so no senior advisor. Myself is member and teaching and everything. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Roganito. Thank you
God bless
for. I'll just end your sharing for you. Thank you. Wow, such a great experience you have in Africa. We're actually out of time, but just anyone who'd like to make a comment. Yes, they've got a few people like to make a comment. So Jacinta first, and then Susan.
Oh, I just wanted to know that how was Reverend Ito's wife, and I hope that they are together now. And are you on the island, or are you in Japan, and that kind of thing? Just wanted to know.
Yes, my wife is in Japan. I'm because of COVID, I'm in Japan. My wife take care her mother. Mother is like like a stroke and need day and night. She's very busy to take care of her mother.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Jacinta. Okay, Susan, go ahead.
Yes, I just wanted to say to Reverend Ito that when I was in Michigan, Will and Hiroko Satos were my state leader couple. So I know them very well.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Arai, you had your hand up. Thank you.
Thank you, Ito-san, Reverend Ito. And your humble testimony, but I think we are kind of speechless and really not a simple one, and quite many elements. I think you are brilliant with some face and survive and wise, clever, quite many things. I think you are under the age of 2 parents. I think one of the true testimony, and I think this is really international level, can inspire many people. And thank you also, Reverend Yutaka's idea about witnessing. And I think we like to really this, to see this, reflect and really thanks, and really is God guiding you, and really proud. Truly, thanks we are here, you are here on Oceania, and give us such a testimony. We truly thank you very much. Appreciate it a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, 사장님.
And Randall, you got your hand up. Go ahead.
Just wanted to say thank you so much. There aren't many original missionaries from 1975 still active in leadership roles in the nation. It was a harsh time for a lot of the missionaries. There was a lot of missionaries either retired in different ways or had lots of problems. So yeah, it's a harsh type of experience for someone who's young going to be in a situation where you're so persecuted. So yeah, lots of heart to you, Reverend Ito. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Actually, our time is up. Oh, we've got Rex. One more. Go ahead.
Reverend Ito, bonjour.
Oui, bonjour. Oui, bonjour. Ça va?
Oui, ça va. Bon, vous m'avez rappelé beaucoup de choses. It just remind me anything how hard it was in Africa, especially that around that time I can see how hard it was. I remember also our missionaries in Africa, Reverend Novalis Gregory and Mama Kati. Kati Novalis, not Kati Rigni. And so thank you very much for your investment on what you did in Africa. Really, thank you so much. I can understand it was not easy. So I want to say thank you very much for all your investment. Thank you. Merci beaucoup.
Merci. De rien.
It's just the same sentiment from us all, I'm sure. We all appreciate your never giving up and your continued effort and your love for heaven, love for our true parents, and really love of the nation. And that's the heart that we all need to inherit to be able to be successful ourselves. Even though in Marshall Islands seems alone, but your investment laid the foundation for everyone. So thank you, Reverend Ito, and thank you, everyone. And it's time for us to offer our unison prayer. So I'll just share the screen. Let's pray together. Aju, Aju, Aju. Thank you, everyone. And thanks again, Reverend Ito, and see you all tomorrow. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Ito.
伊藤先生、ありがとうございます。